Hey guys, with the strength of the current housing market growing every day and more Americans returning to work, a faster than expected recovery in the housing sector is already underway. Regardless, many are still asking the question, will we see a wave of foreclosures as a result of the current crisis? Thankfully, research shows the number of foreclosures is expected to be much lower than what this country experienced during the last recession. And here's why. According to Black Knight Inc., the number of those in active forbearance has been leveling off over the past month. Let's look at this graph. Black Knight Inc. also notes of the original 4.28 million families granted forbearance, only 2.588 of these homeowners have added an extension. Many homeowners once again started to pay their mortgages of their homes or never went delinquent on their payments in the first place. They may have applied forbearance out of precaution but never fully acted on it. Check out this graph. The housing market and homeowners, therefore, are in a much better position than many may think. Much of that has to do with the fact that today's homeowners have more equity than most realize. According to John Burns Consulting, over 42% of homes are owned free and clear, meaning they are not tied to a mortgage. Of the remaining 58%, the average homeowner has $177,000 in equity. That number is keeping a homeowners afloat today and giving them options to avoid foreclosure. While ATTOM data solutions indicates that there is a potential for the number of foreclosures to increase throughout the country, it's important to understand why they won't rock the housing market this time around. The United States faces a possible foreclosure surge over the coming months that could more than double the number of households threatened with eviction for not paying their mortgages. That number may sound massive, but it is actually much smaller than it seems at first glance. Today's actual quarterly active foreclosures number is 74,860. That's over 7.5 times lower than the number of foreclosures the country saw at the peak of the housing crash in 2009. When looking at the graph below, it is clear that even if the number of quarterly foreclosures today doubles, as ATTOM data solutions indicates, is a possibility, not a given. They will only reach what historically speaking is normalized range for below what upended the housing market roughly 10 years ago. Equity is growing, jobs are returning, and the economy is slowly recovering. So the perfect storm for a wave of foreclosures is not realistically in the housing market forecast. As Odeda Cushy, Deputy Chief Economist for First American notes, alone, economic hardship and lack of the equity are each necessary but not sufficient to trigger a foreclosure. It's only when both conditions exist that a foreclosure becomes a likely outcome. While our hearts are with anyone who may end up in a foreclosure as a result of the crisis, we do know that today's homeowners have more options than they did 10 years ago. For some, it may mean selling their house and downsizing with that equity, which is a far better outcome than a foreclosure. What is our bottom line? Homeowners today have many options to avoid foreclosure, and equity is surely helping to keep many afloat. Even in today's rate of foreclosures doubles, it will still only hit a market that is more in line with a historically normalized range, a very good sign for homeowners and the housing market. Thank you for watching.